Hello and welcome to JV West Season 6 Round 1. We're starting off here in Valencia for the Spanish J-Prix. Big start to the season. So, while pre-qualifying goes on, let's take a look at the upgrades we've got here. We've got our upgrades. Can just make it a bit bigger. There you go. Grip upgrade successes for Scuderia Cremona, Electric Racing and Aston Martin. Triple turbo upgrade success for Little Honkers. Axle upgrades for Toad Racing Systems and Aston Martin. Speed upgrades for Compass, Matsar, HRT Lightning, The Monkey Racing and Iniciación Roja. Best car on the grid according to the Car Performance Index is Matsar All Sports. 0.1 behind is Compass in second, 0.3 behind in third are Electric Racing, 0.1 behind them. Joint fourth best are Scuderia Cremona and Aston Martin. So it's a tough top of the grid. Only 0.3 behind those are HRT Lightning and the Monkey Racing. 0.2 behind are Toad Racing Systems. 0.1 behind is INR. Only Little Honkers very far behind at 1.3 behind 9th best. They are the only new team coming in. As such, this will be their debut race. But yeah, that is upgrades for you. Pre-qualifying is continuing. I'm not sure if I've said this right. Pre-qualifying is about to end and you'll see token spend after proper qualifying. So here we go, pre-qualifying is ending and we'll be back with you shortly. Here we go. Three minutes, no tire wear, no rain, turbo recharges every single lap. 3 minutes to set the fastest lap you can here in Valencia. Let's take a look at the token spend. While our drivers complete their first lap, only one 4 token spender, that is Enigma of the Little Honkers team. 3 tokens only being spent by Frozzeni, who has signed with INR. 2 tokens being spent by the likes of Toad Speed, Ellie, Vinci, Cloud, and Smalls. 1 token being spent by Area Cremona, Odd Koopa, Texman the First, Yoa, and Hank Buxley, otherwise just known as Hank. So that is the token spend, and soon we will be having the second lap, the more accurate lap, of course. First lap, those at the back usually have more time to accelerate before the start of a lap. That is why the first lap is often unrepresentative. Apologies there, got my tongue tied. Frozzeni, Enigma is on provisional pole. Frozzeni second. Edvarditos, his teammate, who is completely tokenless, is up there in third with him. It's very interesting, because if you take a look at the upgrades we've got, Scuderia Cremona and INR completely going into that speed. Both have level 5 speed. And you can really see that Frozzeni and Edvarditos are your drivers for INR, and Area Cremona and Journeyman are your drivers for Scuderia Cremona. These two teams are, I'd call them the speed demons, because they are very focused on speed. Enigma, with that 4 token spend in the worst car on the grid, is holding on to that provisional pole as he improves to 34.20. Area Cremona improves up to 3rd, Cloud up to 4th. Cloud, of course, one of the drivers spending 2 tokens, but there's just a lot to go through, and we will go through it in due time, because right now it's just a minute left till qualifying concludes. Frozzeni is in front of Enigma this lap. Will he be able to improve? He does a 33.70, great lap, and Frozzeni is in provisional pole. This might be their final lap, or they might have time for just one more lap after this, just barely. Area Cremona and Cloud are tied for 3rd at the current moment. Then we have Edvarditos, we have Vinci, we've got Yoa, Ellie, Hank, Texman the First, Jiruni only in 11th. Despite having a better car than Edvarditos. Wait, where is Edvarditos? Yeah, he is in 5th. He's had just a better lap. Freseni across the line will be able to make it another lap. Will Ellie improve? Looks like a 33.68 from Ellie, and he goes on provisional pole out of nowhere. It's Ellie of Electric Racing. That is crazy. We're Chiruni in 12th. Final lap, Enigma in front of Freseni. He's on a fast lap. Will he be able to improve from 34.20? Can he go sub 34 like Ellie and Freseni in front of him? Recently relegated from Challenger Virtual, he can show he's still got what it takes. It's a 33.48, and he takes pole position. Yes, Ellie and Freseni can't beat him. Vinci can't improve. Nobody's improving. Yoa improves up to 4th. Texman the First up to 7th. Odd Cooper up to 11th. Mr. Crunk up to 13th. And there you have it. It is Enigma on pole position. Let's take a look at the qualifying results. It is Enigma who will be starting from pole position. We can just put up the tokens alongside, just for you to have more of an idea of what's happening. Let's put on the upgrades as well. Here we go, all the statistics in one place for your viewing pleasure. Enigma starts from pole position. He takes pole position in Little Honker's first ever race. Little Honkers are the only newcomer racing outfit to JV West. This season we had, I believe, no newcomers last season. I think that is correct. Avionics was a season before that. So yeah, this is first new outfit in a long time. And you could also say Compass and HRT Lightning are newcomers as they've been transferred over from JV East. I do not think HRT Lightning has ever raced in JV West, but Compass had in Season 2, and then they went to JV East for about 2 seasons, and now they are back in their original division as the French teams have been moved here to comply, to fill both divisions with 10 teams while still remaining like properly regionally divided. Enigma starts from pole position. What in the final lap? Amazing lap from Enigma, 33.48. Ellie, surprisingly with only 2 tokens, will start from 2nd. Freseni, 5 speed wasn't enough. He starts from 3rd, but he does have those 3 tokens. We'll have to see how he can Enigma do it in the worst car. He's starting from pole position, but he is by far the worst car on the grid. He has to rely on just those 4 tokens to keep him up there. Yoa, spending only 1 token, will start from 4th. The Matzer are the best car on the grid. Hopefully this season they'll show that. Last season they were the best car on the grid for the majority of the season. Sadly, their token spends did not go as planned, and they struggled mid-table that season. But Yoa, 4th with 1 token, looks very promising. Cloud, 5th with 2 tokens. Aston Martin at the same time are no longer an underdog and still feel like an underdog. In my opinion, Arya Carmona will start from 6th with 1 token spent. Texman the First starts from 7th with 1 token spent. That's a very good debut qualifying for Texman the First. Of course, Freseni is only in his 2nd ever JV West race. He debuted at Interlagos for Go Motorsports and scored just a single tokenless point for them in the tokens finale. Texman the First, great debut qualifying to start from 7th with only 1 token, encompassed the 2nd best car. Edvarditos starts from 8th, tokenless. A very good performance for him. Vinci starts 9th with 2 tokens. Would hope to improve a couple of positions. Hank starting from 10th with 1 token. This is what you usually expect if you spend 1 token, to be around like just in the points or just outside the points. That's where you would be starting. And it looks like that for Hank. He looks fine just there in 10th on his debut. Odd Koopa starts in 11th with 1 token, is not too bad. He'll be hoping to gain some position. Journeyman starts from 12th, tokenless, dropping all the way down from Ultimate Virtual, and so is his teammate from FER last season, not that guy who starts from 17th, tokenless, and we'll see how they can do on the JV level. Should be a walk in the park, but you never know. Smalls starts from 13th only with 2 tokens. The Monkey Racing really struggling because of that lack of speed, but they've gotten that first level of speed. And if they just keep on working on the speed, they can definitely get back to the glorious times they used to have. Mr. Crunk starts from 14th, tokenless, Botty 15th, Toad Speed spending 2 tokens only starts from 16th. That's also the issue of having not enough speed, only 1 level of speed, and that is the problem that Toad Racing Systems and the Monkey Racing are both facing. Not that guy, tokenless, 17th, Nems 18th, tokenless in their debut, Shaggins in their debut, also tokenless, starts from 19th, and Minimoai, also tokenless, starts from 20th in their debut. So you've got a bunch of new faces, bunch of old faces dropping down to JV like Enigma and Jaruni and Not That Guy. And let's see who will triumph today in Valencia. I've rambled on for enough. It's time for the race. Here we go. Enigma starts us off. He's starting in the soft, so is Ellie, but Freseni opts for the hards, and so does Cloud behind there. You can see Enigma off to a good start. Yoa already up into third. He's already inching Ellie on the outside to second. We got Arya Carmona holding down fifth. We got Cloud, Vinci, Texman the first, Hank, Edvarditos, Odd Koopa all down there. Odd Koopa, great start for him. He's already into the points in 10th, and he's looking to get past Cloud, and he makes that 9th position for him. Texman the first also going up. Enigma is still holding down. Freseni is up to second. Yoa is in third. It looks like, yes, that is Ellie who's dropping down. Texman has just overtaken Ellie. Hank is overtaking Ellie. Great debuts from Hank and Texman the first so far. Vinci as well, holding down 8th. No, Odd Koopa overtakes him on the inside, and he's looking to go for the second electric racing driver. Hank gets past Texman the first. It's an incredible start from him. He holds the fastest lap after only 1 lap run, but Enigma is holding down that number 1 spot. Freseni behind has a huge speed advantage. Level 2 speed for Enigma, level 5 for Freseni. Enigma, the only advantage Enigma has is that singular grip and that triple turbo, as well as spending 4 tokens to Freseni's 3, but not much happening there. It's pandemonium for the final podium position. Ellie drops down to 6 again. Yoa on the outside of Hank gets into 4th, looking to the inside of Arya Carmona, but can't find the space now on this back straight. He gets into 3rd position, spending only 1 token, but so is Carmona, so is Hank. Ellie spending 2 tokens, and he's stuck behind all 3 of them. That's Carmona going on the inside of Yoa, squeezes through into 3rd, and we've got a constant battle on our hands. Let's take a look down the order. Odd Koopa forces his debutant teammate slightly into the grass, but they're running 7th and 8th at the current moment. Vinci in 9th, and Edvarditos trying to hold down 10th. Toad Speed has had a good start now. He's up into the final points. 2 tokens is still 2 tokens, so it's not the greatest, but he is fighting for his place here. Enigma with the fastest lap now. Jaruni in 11th. He's risen a position. Edvarditos has dropped about 4. Cloud has dropped a lot. He's on 2 tokens, but he started on the hards, and it looks to have been his downfall. Mr. Crunk, tokenless, about to overtake him for 13th. Then we have Nems, Botty, Not That Guy, Minimoai, Smalls with 2 tokens, also looks to have started on the hards, and that was his undoing as he goes into last. Shaggins overtakes him, tries to overtake Minimoai. Enigma, Freseni on the inside of Enigma, and Freseni takes the lead. in the Spanish J-Prix, but it's Aria Carmona the fastest lap at 34.43 as she's ran away from Yoa and Hank, who are still fighting for fourth. Ellie has been caught up to by Odd Koopa, who goes around the outside, touches a bit of grass, but he still makes the move stick. Great stuff from Odd Koopa. He's on mediums, fighting all these soft runners and beating them. Toad Speed has gone past Texman and Vinci for 8th position. Vinci in the final points position will be fighting Texman here, but Freseni is through into the lead of the race on those hard ahead of Enigma, who's finally into the pits off of the soft. Carmona into the pits. Hank is in. Yoa is in. Will Ellie be heading into the pits? Yes. Everyone on the softs of one mind except Toad Speed. He stays out. Texman is in. But Toad Speed stays out. And we've got Freseni now 8.5 seconds ahead in first. Really just a great start on those hard tires. Old Koopa with a solid start on those medium tires. Staying out has gotten just slightly ahead of Enigma, which is not too bad, not too great either. Enigma on fresh, hard tires right now. Then we have Aria Carmona. Toad Speed has gotten up to 5th on those softs, but he's going to have to surely pit now, and he does so after 7 laps of running. I need to take a drink. Freseni in the lead here. Let's take a look at what's happening in a second. It is Enigma with Odd Koopa following closely behind. Enigma's gotten past him now. Aria Carmona and Hank. Oh, and who's that? That was Odd Koopa off of the mediums after 8 laps. Where all he exit, Vinci gets past him. Yoa, Ellie, Edward, Tito's, Cloud. Odd Koopa exits down in 10th. Looks like Edward, Tito's, and Cloud currently into the points thanks to staying out on those hards. Freseni is going to have to pit very, very soon. Is he going to pit this lap? No, he stays out for a 10th lap. Enigma in 2nd. Aria Carmona and Hank still fighting for this podium. Hank, incredible stuff. Let's take a look at the stats here because Aria Carmona's got that 5 speed and 3 grip, which is very considerable car at the Scuderia Carmona car. But the HRT Lightning, it's alright. It's got 3 speed, 3 excel, 4 grip, 1 turbo. It's quite balanced, but it's nothing special. It's midfield more easily, and yet they're both spending 1 tokens, and Hank is holding on. He is slightly losing, but he's still up in 4th, which is very incredible. Freseni stays out for another lap. The INR has 0 grip. The INR has 0 grip, but he's staying out for 11 laps on the hard tires. Will he be repeating this again? Because this is a risky business. He's still 7.5 seconds ahead of Enigma. But once he pits, that time will get much smaller. Hank has gotten past Aria Carmona. Ellie Vinci is in 6th, still on those hards as well, 11 laps, but makes more sense with Electric Racing, who have 6th grip, 2nd best, I believe, after Compass. Then we have Johan down in 7th now, Odd Koopa in 8th, Toad Speed in 9th, Texman the 1st in 10th. Smalls has made it all the way up to 11th, thanks to staying out on those hards. Who's that into the pits? It's Vinci into the pits. We're gonna have rain, and Vinci's onto the wets. Heavy rain announced, and just in time for Vinci. Everyone behind Vinci now is opting onto the wets, but Vinci is going to have a very huge advantage here. Freseni is going to have a nice advantage, but it looks like he's lost half of his gap from just struggling on those tires, and the rain is going to light rain, but Freseni is still going onto the wets. Enigma onto the wets. Everyone is opting for the wets here. The rain will persist for a bit. We'll have to see how long this bit will last. Oh, clouds coming soon. Right as I say that, it doesn't look like this rain will last for long, and that means Yoa and Odd Koopa, the only ones to opt for the inters after that announcement. That is very interesting. They are, however, 5 seconds behind anyone else, as Vinci has made it up to 6 thanks to his lucky early pit stop onto the wets. He's made it up to 6. Freseni is holding this lead. He is 5.5 seconds ahead of Enigma. And we're going to have light rain again. So we're going to have rain again. Light rain conditions, of course, can never make the track fully wet. But if the track is fully wet, then it'll stay wet. Hank in third, with Eric Carmona following close behind. Ellie about 3 seconds behind him. Vinci is on a rapid pace. He's only a second behind Ellie now. He was 2 seconds behind earlier. Odd Koopa and Kiowa. It doesn't look like the enters have worked. They've lost 2 seconds to the electric racing duo up ahead. Vinci is just edging ever closer to Ellie. Wants to prove himself as a rookie to be able to just drive on a skill level on par with his teammate and team owner as they both overtake lap. Shaggins now is in last. Vinci in front of Ellie holds down 5th position. Doesn't really matter which one of them finishes where if they finish in the same positions. Hank has Arya Carmona on his tail. Enigma is now under 4 seconds behind Freseni, but that is still a noticeable gap that he's going to have to close down if he wants that victory. Hank holding down third at the current moment. Ellie is already into the pits, onto dry tires, I presume. Vinci did not go onto dry tires yet. Odd Koopa and Yoa elect to stay out. They've got the entrance. They can go on for a while longer, potentially. Ellie exits the pits just ahead of Yoa. Everyone behind them is now pitting onto dry tires, and Freseni has entered the pits. And so has Enigma. We've got 11 laps until the end. Freseni has already stayed out on hards for this amount of time. No, he goes for the mediums. Enigma does go for the hards. Very interesting to see. Will Freseni probably will have to pit again. But will Enigma? Hank onto the hards. Vinci onto the hards. Arya Carmona onto the softs easily. Gonna do a 2-stopper from the start of the rain. Ellie is on the hards, of course. Odd Koopa on mediums. Yoa on mediums. Very interesting decisions here. Freseni 3 seconds now, 2.5 seconds. Enigma is rapid on those hard tires. We gotta compare lap times here. 38.12 exiting the pits. It's 36.68 from Enigma. He's had a much easier time pitting. Hank holding down third. Arya Carmona has dropped back behind Vinci, who has just had an amazing middle of the race. He's up to 4th. He's chasing down Hank. He's chasing down Hank. Arya Carmona's on the softs here. And she's struggling to close the gap between her and Vinci. Then we have Yoa and Odd Koopa. They're still fighting here over 7th. Yoa on the inside. And he manages to make the move stick, at least for now. Texman's not too far behind Toad Speed. Enigma has had just about 200 slower last lap than Freseni. He's trying his hardest to keep the gap while Freseni's mediums are still fresh and very strong. Vinci has not been able to catch Hank. He's got Arya Carmona on his tail again. Arya Carmona on the inside. Look at that 5 speed. Look at that 5 speed. Jesus. It's just made an instant half-second gap. Enigma is just losing more. Freseni 35.13. Enigma 36.45. It looks like this might be it, but we still have 7 laps to go. Never say never. Hank and Carmona and Vinci have all kind of separated now. Ellie by himself in 6. Then we have Odd Koopa fighting Toad Speed, who's joined the fray. Yoa and Odd Koopa have been joined by Toad Speed, and Toad Speed is looking for as many points as he can muster. He's gone past Yoa, and there he goes, past Odd Koopa on the inside. And now let's see how he does on this very long back straight. He's just pulling away. Is going to deploy boost. He doesn't. Oh, now he does. He does deploy boost. Goes through the chicane, but he's not managed to shrug off Odd Koopa just yet. Still got also Yoa and Texman the first behind. Texman has lost him a little bit. Odd Koopa really slow this lap. Yoa is feeling that traction of the Matter of Sports car. He's going very quickly. Now Odd Koopa finds the speed for the next corner. And we are as we were. Odd Koopa going really quickly on the straight, looking for a late move on Toad Speed, and he does pull it off. He does pull it off, and he's up into 7th. Arya Carmona is past Hank for 3rd. She is on the softs, Hank is on the hards here. It's only a matter of time, but Arya Carmona is going to have to bet again. Hank could potentially stay out. But a great debut from him. Freseni is into the pits 5 laps before the end. Enigma carries on. Freseni is onto the softs, of course. Enigma exits the pits. He's just barely ahead of Freseni. This is not great news for Enigma because he's gonna have to fight him. Arya Carmona into the pits onto a new set of softs. Hank and Vinci are past her. Ellie is past her. And Arya Carmona exits down in 6th, but late softs are always risky, but Freseni is already past Enigma. He's done this right. He's played this brilliantly after all, looks like. Oh, we got Odd Koopa and Toad Speed and Joa and Texman the first. All medium or soft runners, I think they were, and they're all onto softs 4 laps before the end. Freseni is once again pulling away from Enigma. And Enigma will have to take 2nd. It's still a podium position in Little Honker's first ever race, considering he's in the worst car in the grid by quite a margin. 2nd is still not the worst result for Zenny. With a great race, only his 2nd race, and he already looks set to take the victory. Hank is holding down that podium position again. Unlike Enigma, who was very far behind for Zenny, Hank was just overtaken by Arya Carmona, so she has the electric racing drivers to go for first. Odd Koopa now has made it ahead of Yoa and Toadspeed. Yoa has made it ahead of Toadspeed as well, running in 8th at the current moment. Freseni is about to start lap 26, only 2 laps will remain. Arya Carmona with an even faster lap of 34.13. Freseni hits a 34.60. Will we see a new fastest lap before the end of the race? Hard to tell. Carmona looks to have been some sort of incident with Mr. Crunk. She's really struggling to catch up to the electric racing drivers, and yeah, that is a very bad time on the softs, so might have gotten into a crash there. Freseni soon to start. Final lap. Let's see any action going on. We've got Smalls chasing down Texman the first. Smalls on worn out hards. Texman the first on fresh softs. Yet that is not stopping Smalls at all. He is directly behind Texman the first. But now for the straight, Texman is pulling away. Looks like Texman is set to get this final points position. Odd Koopa right behind Yoa. And we've got Freseni, who's also spectating this event. Odd Koopa versus Yoa. They're a lap down as Freseni crosses the line in just a second. Crosses the line to win the Spanish J-Prix in INR's home race. Enigma in Little Honker's debut race makes it 2nd position. Hank in his own debut makes it 3rd. Just a podium of all firsts. Vinci in his debut beats Arya Carmona to 4th. And Ellie finishes in 6th. Arya Carmona takes the fastest lap, beats it by just 100th on the final lap to 34.12. Yoa wins against Odd Koopa in this fight for 7th, and it is Yoa who crosses the line in 7th with just 1 token spent. Odd Koopa with 1 token spent finishes 8th. Toadspeed with 2 finishes 9th. Texman the first with 1 finishes 10th, and is double points for Compass here. Smalls, sadly, despite 2 tokens, finishes just outside of the points. Edraditos finishes in 12th. Cloud with 2 tokens finishes only 13th. Valencia was just not suited for the Aston Martin. Gironi tokenless finishes 14th. Mr. Crunk right behind in 15th. Not that guy. Finishes in 16th. Behind them, we're going to have Botti, Nems, Mini Moai, and Shaggins, the bottom 3, all debutants, but all spending no tokens. They've still got an opportunity to score some points. They shouldn't worry about it too much for now. you have it. That was the Spanish J-Prix for you. For Zenny, managed to just need those free tokens to take that victory away from Enigma, who was out full spending all four, which in the end looks to have been the correct decision. It made him very competitive despite the worst car on the grid. Hank, just crazy. Crazy performance from Hank in a mid-table midfield car with just a single token to his name. And he's finished on the podium. That is 15 points per token from Hank in his debut. That is crazy. Vinci finishes in 4th. Arya Carmona finishes in 5th with a fast slap. That is 11 points per token. That's also pretty crazy. Ellie finishes in 6th. Yoa finishes in 7th. That's just 6 points per token. That's pretty normal. Odd Koopa finishes in 8th. Toad Speed in 9th. Texpanda 1st. In 10th. Compass. Yeah, Compass and Electric Racing, the only two teams to score double points here today. But it'll be very interesting to see as the season progresses which teams come out on top, because this is a very close grid here in JV West. Just a very close grid. And yeah, so we'll see you next time at the debut of the new venue of the French J-Prix, Circuit de l'Edenon. So, see you then next week.